Number one, understanding the FDD, the franchise disclosure document. So I had a couple franchise attorneys on the show. I asked them, silly me for asking this, but what was the most important areas of the FDD? And they said, as an attorney, it's the entire agreement, and that is true. FDDs are extremely important. You need to read them cover to cover. And by the way, the FDD is the large agreement, and within the FDD will be the franchise agreement as part of the FDD. I know a lot of people thought that was a separate document. That's the document that actually gets filled in when you purchase. You put your name, your legal entity, the territory, any special arrangements and agreements and things like that. A lot of key areas. There's 23 items. There's going to be a financial section. You want to go through that. You're going to get listings of existing franchisees that you can speak with. You're going to get to see the financials of the franchisor, how many new franchises, what changes there have been, transfers. Usually that happens when they sell, terminations or closings. There's going to be a lot of great stuff in there. There's going to be the item 5 and 6, which are all your costs. Your item 7, which is going to be your itemized low and high end investment, initial investment, along with an item 19, which is a financial representation. It used to be called an earnings claim. Did away with that because of the wording. Franchisor doesn't know what you're going to make, but they can give you historical information, kind of what the top or average franchise, top 25% franchisees are doing, middle, bottom, and kind of breaking it down that way in different tiers. So the FDD is super important. Now, with the FDD, I tell everyone it is a very large. It could be 2, 3, 4, 500 pages, depending on some of those areas. Before diving in there, figure out if the franchise is a good fit. You're probably going to have a couple calls with the franchisor before reading that document. It could get stale. It's a legal document, but it's important to read. You can comb through it, figure out if the fit's there. And if you want to go, you're going to read that cover to cover. You're going to ask questions as they come up, bring up concerns. Hey, I don't understand this section. Can you talk to me why this reads this way? And then towards the end of the process, once you've gotten to a discovery or confirmation day, narrow it down to one brand, you have the option. It's recommended, but not mandatory, to hire a franchise attorney. They can set the expectation and say, yeah, I know this kind of reads funny, but this is what it truly means, or this is a red flag. We should bring this up to the brands, maybe get some clarification. Not really meant to be changed. On occasion, we've seen an addendum here and there, not often.
The FDD gives you the official story, but how do you get the real on-the-ground truth? Next, we dive into the art of franchisee validation and the key questions you must ask. Listen to episode 247 of the Franchise Freedom Podcast to learn more.